Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and today I'm doing a discussion over Canvas Finishing Touches. This is the third and, to my knowledge, final expansion for Canvas, and I think overall that they ended with a bang. Everything for Canvas that they've added has just been very, very delightful. And completely digestible. So I have a review over Reflections you can go check out. And Canvas is kind of that same, it's on the same level, I think, as Reflections. So, essentially, the Canvas expansion doesn't add, like, a whole lot. I think the Reflections expansion kind of did a little bit more for the game than the Canvas one does. So what Canvas includes is obviously more art pictures. You just shuffle together, you can shuffle them all, and it's not going to make the game really any more complex. It just now, if you're pulling just 70 to fit in the art box, you might have a watered down whatever, potentially. But the biggest thing that it added are these frames. Now these frames kind of have a slight more competition that you're going for. So on each one of these, they have like most of a certain element. So squares, the color wheel, the triangles, and the moons or the suns. And whenever you finish a painting, which is the painting stays the same, it's still three sets. You check to see if any of the masterpieces, if any of these frames are available. Let's say you have three. What's this one? You have 3 squares. So you grab this and you slide your artwork into it, and now it's tucked away inside this very nice framework that actually could technically be hung up. Like, if you really liked a particular piece of art, you could actually hang this up, like all the art boards, like that have the picture thing, you can hang it up, which is, I actually just noticed, funny enough. And now you have a work of art. And there's a board extension that just holds new ribbons, and those ribbons are worth 4 points. So every time you slot a painting into one of these little frames, you get a 4-point ribbon. But you also are competing. So if someone has 4 squares in their painting, then they would actually be able to take yours out and slot one of those in. Because also at the end of the game, for every one of your paintings that is in one of these frameworks, oh no, you get 2 points. And that's just nice. It's a nice little touch. One, the fact that you can hang up the paintings if you really liked one. And I've played many games of Canvas where I was like, that's an awesome looking one. Like, that just looks really cool with the title and everything. Like, yeah, let's hang that up. But yeah, like, you're kind of looking at it and you're thinking, oh, okay, like, they have 3 frames, that's 6 points. Okay, yeah, I might try to compete for that one, take it out of their hands. Because you also, you might not notice, this says most squares plus stars. Well, Finishing Touches adds 2 new icons, stars and paintbrushes. And they're very simple. Stars count as wilds. So for every star, when you're scoring it, you choose what the star represents for that scoring. So it's not like you can be like, okay, I'm going to have this count as a star for this scoring. I'm going to count this as a color wheel for this scoring. It's just, it's counting as one element per scoring kind of objective. Which can still be really good if you can get a really cool combination that's like, if I make this star count as if I make it count as a circle, that's going to meet both these objectives. So you can get some kind of really cool combinations with that element alone. But when you're competing for this, if you have, let's say someone has 3 stars and 1 square, that's 4, so they'll take it. But if you have 2 squares and 2 stars, you're tied for 4, but you have more of the actual elements. So you have 2 squares versus their 1, so you actually take it from them. And so there's a little bit more competition there, but wilds can really give you a leg up. The other thing that they have is, well, the brushes is called blending, and the brush kind of combines 2 colors. So you'll see it on the card, which is, it'll be like green and blue, and it'll be green blending into blue, and it takes the spot of kind of those 2 colors, but whenever you put a green next to that, you see the green actually kind of blends into the blue. And what the brush does is it copies the effect of the color that's blending into it. So in the green into blue, if you slotted the green that was a circle or a color wheel, the blue is now a color wheel. If you slot a wild in there, the blue becomes a wild. So you kind of can get some neat synergies with that one as well. And of course, Finishing Touches adds more scoring cards. Like, it adds more of those. I think it also added more. Actually have the rule book right here. Boop. Oh, I got the holofoil platinum ribbons. Boop. So it added, yeah, the creativity icons, the blend icons, more cards, and that's pretty much that. And more scenarios to play with. Yeah, because they have family game. They have just a bunch of different scenarios that you can take and do various specific scoring cards instead of just randomly doing it. But yeah, like, the art is still phenomenal. I think Canvas is one of the most beautiful games that I own. Finishing Touches is no different. This box here, you hang up next to the other two and it completes the full thing. The one negative I have about this expansion, and I have it with the Reflections expansion too, is they went for, I guess it thematically makes sense, they went for art or substance or style over substance, because these boxes obviously do not hold all the material. They can't. Because they want you to hang the 3 up, which makes sense. The art's gorgeous. Like, I happen to have the Reflections box right here, and so you do this. Hopefully, that's correct. Yeah. You do that, and it finishes out an art piece, and that's gorgeous, and that's amazing. But at the same time, it's like, if people don't want to hang up the game, like, you could have done a big box version and still have your art as the big box, and just have a big, or like do a stupid, what was it called? Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef box with two of the triangle things. So if people wanted to hang it up, it would be one box, and do an insert for the whole thing, so that these things go somewhere, that you can organize the Reflections and Finishing Touches and base game cards, all the painting cards, all the variants in the game. Have it all organized in a nice, game trays insert with a plastic cover over it, so that if they do want to hang it up, everything's not falling down. Now, I have my 3 boxes organized kind of where it's like, here's the board and the rule book, then I have the cards, the art cards in one thing, and then the scoring cards in another box with some of this material. But yeah, it just kind of bums me out that they never offered an option for a bigger box, because why? It would have worked, I think. It would have still been good. And instead of having to, make sure that all 3 boxes are drilled or nailed into your wall so that they're level, you could have just been like, boop, like, and then just hang the whole thing up. And then, boom, let's take it out. Hey, we got everything in this one box. Like, instead of having to be like, okay, I gotta carry 3 boxes with me because it doesn't all fit. Yeah, it was annoying with the Reflections expansion, but I was like, okay, yeah. And then they announced this one, and I was like, damn it, like, that's just, it's annoying. And I recently traveled with Canvas, and having the 3 small boxes, it was just not necessary. That's my only major complaint. Like, other than that, like, which one do I like better between this one and Reflections? They're kind of around the same. I like them both for different reasons. And I'm glad that it wasn't just kind of like, oh, hey, here's more of the same. But I might like Finishing Touches more, because I like the variety that the wild tokens and the blend tokens or blend icons give you. Gives you a lot more creativity but at the same time, both of the expansions kind of added more like thought to the game. you're looking at every option and you're taking them and you're like combining them. You have 5 art cards in your hand with, you know, the reflections, being able to turn it, and you have wild symbols and blending symbols, and you're trying to figure out what best makes it work. I'm trying to keep, you know, look at the scoring cards, and then you're taking into consideration these, and it's like, ooh. So it does add a lot more thought, and Canvas has been one of those filler games that still takes 30 minutes, and even with both expansions combined, takes pretty much 30 minutes if all the players know how to play, which is amazing, but still making you feel like you're thinking that entire time. It's not go with the motion, or, you know, you're just going with the flow of, oh, whatever, it doesn't really matter, I'll put these 3 together, shove it in. You're like, okay, if I combine this, and I take this one, I flip it, and then slide, and it also makes an amazing piece of art, and also this is going to be, I score all of those scoring things, and I get to take this, which slides it in, and I get to, that'll be 4 points to this one card, and then you slide it in, you're like, that's actually a really good piece. You know what? I have a canvas spot on my wall, because I'm forced to hang up their stupid boxes. I'm going to put this one right underneath it. And you could like kind of how I have these all catty-cornered, you could have them like that, where there's a nail on each wall, and the winner of the game, like, you know, whoever had these get to keep them up until the next game, and you pull them out. You can do some really fun artistic things with this, so it's a really good expansion. Just wish there was a big box. You could do the exact same artistic stuff, but alas, there is not. And that's not necessarily the expansion's fault. It's the company's fault for not doing it. Anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, I originally gave the Reflections expansion a 9. I have since dropped it to an 8. Not for any reason, except I was like, a 9? That's a little high. That's really high. But an 8's still really good too, and I'm going to give Finishing Touches an 8 as well. I really think both expansions are fantastic. If I were to tell you to pick one, like if you're like, I play a lot of Canvas, I kind of want one of the expansions. I don't know. They're both good. That's how much wall space do you have, first of all. And if it's a lot, then I'd say get them both. Well, I'd say get Reflections because it's the next cover art. It's the next one in the sequence. And that's just, unfortunately, that's how it has to, unless... Hold on, just a sec. I haven't done this yet. I'm trying something. Did they make it to where it works? It's the other way? No, they did not. Okay. I was like, did they somehow make it to where it blends together regardless of which expansion you have? And the answer, unfortunately, to my knowledge, that's a no. That's a no, which is unfortunate. But I can show you what it looks like all together, which is that. And that is a beautiful piece of art. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Like this didn't need to be here. This could have easily done it, and you could have had 2 tabs that you pick up and you slide the whole thing out, and it's all organized in a nice insert. Who's the company for this? R2i Games. Come on. Next expansion for this, big box. That's it. More content, big box, store it all. Anyway, yeah. So I'd say get Reflections, because if you have the base game, you're going to want to hang it up and have the next consecutive piece of art, and then get Finishing Touches. But scale of 1 to 10, Finishing Touches is an 8, and that is my thoughts. So let me know what you think of the expansion in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.